I think my work is personal, and sometimes it can be a bit scary because you think to yourself, oh, this is so self-centered. But I think that is the way that people can relate to it. Of course, it's very vulnerable again, but it also leaves space for people to identify themselves with what I'm talking about. I'm Laura, I'm a painter, I'm French, I'm 25. This is my first experience in a residency, so I'm really excited to be here. Being here and arriving here was kind of like a complete transformation for me, because I had a project I'd been working on for like 2 years now, and I knew exactly what I was doing, and I was working in a very solitary environment. And then I came here and suddenly there were so many people, and it didn't feel right to keep on working on this thing that I had been doing for so long because it was such a transformation. And so I decided to try something that maybe I hadn't done before, or something that was the opposite of what I had been doing so far. I found myself very interested on togetherness and loneliness and the way that they sometimes intersect. This was all very intuitive, which I also enjoyed, because before I was working on things that were so planified for me, things that I knew exactly what I was doing, things where I had read a lot about it, it was very theorized, I had written a thesis about my work, and so everything was clear. And I feel like going back into something that's a little bit less controlled, something that's a little bit more vulnerable as well, that was really a step forward as well, and something that challenged me, but in a good way. What I paint here are kind of stolen moments that I photograph quickly. I like to have a photograph because it gives me something to work off of. I don't always go, follow it very rigorously. I like to take liberties with it, but it gives me this source material that I can then extrapolate and work with. It mostly goes off on feeling, but I like those moments that are a bit on the bridge between togetherness and loneliness. Moments where people are leaving, or moments where people are going through something, and others around them are maybe trying to help them, but there's no way. I like when there is a bit of a discrepancy there, a bit of a tension, something that's not quite so black and white, but something that's kind of in the middle. Being here has allowed me to see many of those little moments with this sort of ambiguity. One of the other things that I like to work from are little post-it notes. They are really, I think I love the format of them. They're small and they're portable, and you can take them everywhere. I always have some with me. And then when an idea comes, or where something is like talking to me, I can just scribble on one and keep it with me. And it's been a good way to keep track of what's going on and find inspirations everywhere. Working with so many people, you can talk about each other's work. I feel like I've also discovered new mediums that I wouldn't have discovered otherwise. I was suggested to work with colored pencil, which I hadn't really done before, and it turned out to be super successful for me. At least it's now a part of my process. It allows me to go in like a matter of precision that I don't necessarily get when I work with brushes, and to give a little bit more edge to what I'm doing. I've been working with lino cut. I had never done lino cut before, but one of the other residents suggested I give it a try, and so I thought, okay, let's go. And it turns out that I love it. It's very tactile. You're very in contact with the medium you're working with and the material, and something about the carving away at something until it creates a shape is so satisfying. And when I feel a bit stuck with painting, I love to have this little refuge that I can go to, which is lino cut, which I don't have to think as much. I just go to it, I carve it, and I have those little objects that I really like, small, precious, that I can take everywhere. I really enjoy it. You really do get inspired by the way that other people work. Some people here work with a very specific routine, and I found that taking inspiration for that also helped me. And then exchanging about the different way that we work, our processes, the way that we can, advance where we're stuck maybe. that has been such an impactful thing for me, and it's been so valuable. I feel like I truly needed to evolve and grow out of what I had been doing. And so in this way, I had to fail as well, fail again and fail better each time until I reached something that was satisfactory to me. And I was kind of afraid. It's always scary because even though it's normal to have those moments, you always think, oh my God, what if it's gone? What if the magic is gone? What if I never find it again? But then you always do find a way out. It's just that sometimes it takes a little bit of time, and it takes a lot of trying and trying again and making mistakes, but you learn from them. And even though it's vulnerable, and even though I don't exactly know what I'm doing, at least it's something that is authentic to me, and it's something that I'm truly interested in, and something that I can explore. And because I don't know what's going on, and because I'm so curious, it makes me want to go deeper and deeper and try again and explore this thing and figure out what it's about. And so Can Serrat has been the perfect place for this, because I am so free that I can just calmly, serenely do my thing.